Riders on the line. Face shields buttoned down. Riders, all eyes focused on the starter, looking for the drop of the flag to get underway. The field is away. Goodfellow, number 99. The front wheel coming in the air. It'll be a drag race to that hairpin. Motorcycles spread right across the racetrack, and they'll bottleneck down into just a couple of racing lines into the hairpin. It'll be Mercier, number 11, leading it in. Goodfellow, number 99, will challenge for the lead, but cannot get around. Michele Mercier, your leader. 99, Goodfellow in second. Niggikeen challenging Goodfellow for that second place position. A good dice back there between Douglas and David Grummett. Up into the chicane for the first time. It is Mercier, number 11, leading. 99, Goodfellow in second. Niggikeen running third, and Crevier is in the number 4 spot. In the oval on lap 1, Mercier leading it. On that Suzuki, climbing all over the 750. That right knee almost down on the pavement. Gary Goodfellow following him in second place.
Oh, there's a rider off at the oval that looks like Vancouver's Steve Dick. And that's the same place that Lusby came off in the Pro 750 race.
Tough break for young Steve Dick. Michele Mercier leading off the end of the straightaway, braking hard, going into the hairpin. Goodfellow has closed it up on him. On the inside, Gary Goodfellow cannot get around. Mercier will lead it as the riders head through the fast left-hander and up into the chicane. It'll be Michele Mercier, number 11, your leader. Gary Goodfellow, 99 in second. Art Robbins up into third. Robbins is on the charge. Crevier, 101, running fourth. Mercier getting a little wide there in the left-hander. Goodfellow, number 99, is closed along with number 1, Robbins. And number 101, Crevier, is right there. An outstanding 4-rider race for the lead. That'll be coming on the front straightaway here in a moment. It's 11, Mercier, your leader, as Goodfellow, 99, now having to contend with Robbins, number 1, Art Robbins, trying to slingshot around Gary Goodfellow into the hairpin, and Robbins will take over second. Goodfellow dives back on the inside to take that second place position back. An outstanding move by Gary Goodfellow, part of the enthusiastic crowd here at Sanair watching the action.
There's another incident. I think it's Norm Murphy and Clive Niggikeen. You know, Niggikeen's had his problems in this Castrol series. He's an aggressive rider who pushes himself and other riders very hard sometimes.
The leaders on the front straightaway. Goodfellow in second, Robbins running third, 101, Crevier in fourth. Ryder losing it in the final turn. That's Carl Patoine.
Oh, yeah, and he's really done some damage to his right leg. He did a complete 360 in the air before coming down on it. We've got a yellow flag, and there's the marshals still cleaning up that first incident. I see Clive walking away. He looks all right.
Michele Mercier continues to lead it here into the oval. Gary Goodfellow and Art Robbins really going at it here for second place. Goodfellow will hold him off. Goodfellow goes wide. Robbins on the inside. The riders side by side through the oval, and Robbins goes into that second place position. Robbins and Goodfellow have really been swapping around positions out here on the racetrack. 11, Mercier, your leader. Under braking now, going into the hairpin. Here comes the battle for second. Goodfellow, number 99, on the inside of Robbins to take over that second place position. Goodfellow goes wide. Robbins underneath will go back into second.
Well, Mercier sure looks unbeatable today. You know, but I can't understand Art Robbins down that long straightaway. He should be up with Mercier.
The battle for second place into the oval. Robbins holds on to the number 2 spot. There's Goodfellow, 99, and McMurter, number 24, challenges Goodfellow for third on the inside. McMurter, Goodfellow shuts the door. Crevier up on the outside of McMurter to 3 riders under the bridge. It is Crevier. Oh, Crevier almost lost it in the last turn. McMurter will go back around into that 4th place position.
Well, Pat, Crevier, who won the Pro 750 Superbike race earlier, looks like he's got some handling problems. Could be his tires have gone out. I asked him what his plans were for this race.
My main concentration for this next race will be to try to get him on the braking and through the cornering and leaving cornering. So basically, the style of riding that I like to refer to would be like the European Grand Prix. Come in wide, shoot out. Come in wide and leave wide. Carry as much momentum to the turn as possible. I think that's what I'm going to shoot for.
There's one of the riders that Crevier's shooting for, Gary Goodfellow, along with Ruben McMurter, and then Crevier right on the rear tire of McMurter out of that number 7 turn under the bridge. 24, McMurter on the inside of Goodfellow will take over that third place position. Crevier pulls up on the outside. A tremendous race involving these three riders. Goodfellow goes back around McMurter. On the inside, it is Goodfellow and McMurter side by side into the hairpin. Goodfellow just a bike length ahead. Art Robbins holding on to that second place position, but Goodfellow right there in third, McMurter fourth, and Crevier running fifth. Gary Goodfellow, an outstanding pass in the chicane. Robbins right alongside of Goodfellow. He will take over that second place position going into the oval. Riders swapping positions in almost every corner. Here's McMurter on the inside of Goodfellow. He will go around into third. Gary Goodfellow running fourth. Steve Crevier is fifth. McMurter on the inside of Robbins will take over that second place position. It'll be McMurter on the straightaway. Robbins being passed now by Crevier and Gary Goodfellow as he rockets around both of those riders. There's your leader, Mercier, number 11, breaking for the hairpin. A lap rider, 39, is Tony Sharpless. And here comes the battle for second. It's Goodfellow, McMurter, side by side for that second place position. It'll be McMurter. Crevier 101 up on the outside. He cannot get around Goodfellow. It'll be McMurter 24, followed by Goodfellow, then Crevier, and Robbins all the way back into fifth. Art Robbins must be having problems because he got walked on that straightaway by the three riders on the 750 Superbike machines. But there is your leader, Michele Mercier, number 11. He continues to run well out in front.
Oh, no, Pat. There's Steve Crevier. He went straight off and into the infield, and that's going to be the end of his race. And Robbins hasn't had a good weekend either. He's pretty much down on power with the Honda Formula One bike. I spoke to him about the problems he picked up during the practice session.
Well, yesterday we went out and we noticed we were down on about 20-30 horsepower. We made some changes and found the problem. We found that we had a broken ring and it snagged in the exhaust port, which caused a big groove in the piston here. And I'm just curious to where the rest of the ring went. We didn't have time to disassemble the whole engine, so if it went down into the crankcase, we could have some problems arise in the race. But this morning we get up and we have a bit of problem with one cylinder not firing. So right now we're kind of short on practice to get things set up the way we regularly would. We're just going to have to play it by how it goes and try to do our best.
This man has certainly done his best. Michele Mercier, your leader, coming on the straightaway on the Suzuki right now, holding a comfortable lead. You can see the margin here back to that second place rider, 24, Ruben McMurter on the Yamaha. Gary Goodfellow still holding on a third as McMurter checks over his right shoulder. Gary Goodfellow under braking, trying to close it off on McMurter, going to the hairpin.
McMurter stepped off his bike in this very corner during the Pro 750 Superbike race, but he sure looks determined now. I asked him what happened and what he had to do to make his damaged bike competitive again.
I'm okay. I whacked my elbow. We're getting scars on top of scars now, so that's not too bad. I'm getting kind of used to that. I still feel good. I'm really pumped now. The bike, we bent the handlebars. That was about it. A couple little cosmetic things. The bike wasn't too bad. It wasn't a real fast crash, and it stayed on its one side after it high-sided me. So I think we'll be out there. According to lap times, we're still the fastest guys out there. We just got to go out and do it for the whole race.
There's the man who has been leading for the whole race, Michele Mercier, and your current standings. And we'll be back at Sanair, Quebec. Quebec has what seems to be an insurmountable lead, Craig.
That's right, Pat. His closest rival is London's Ruben McMurter, followed by BC's Gary Goodfellow, Art Robbins, Tom Douglas, and Paul McMillan.
Your leader, Michele Mercier, coming to the line. You'll have just one lap to go. Second place rider, 24, Ruben McMurter, has ridden a tremendous race here after crashing earlier today. There's the blue and white. Last lap flag out. McMurter breaking for the hairpin. Goodfellow still trying to close it up now in that race for second place with less than a lap to go. Michele Mercier has led here from the opening lap as he runs it up into the chicane now, final time. Mercier leans the Suzuki left and right out of that bumpy chicane into the oval now. He's got just 3 corners to go through turn 6 here in the oval. Drifts to the outside. He'll be very cautious here now through the final couple of turns. Michele Mercier on the front straightaway, the checkered flag. Just 100 yards away, the big wheelie by Mercier, and there's his second win of the year.
Art Robbins, a very disappointed 4th place finisher, Pat. You know, he's tried very hard to keep this points race alive with Mercier.
Michele Mercier will stretch that points lead as the riders prepare to head out to Gimli, Manitoba. But there is your happy winner here this afternoon at Sanair. Michele Mercier being congratulated by the second place finisher, Ruben McMurter, who rode a tremendous race himself. And there's your third place finisher, Gary Goodfellow.
And a wheelie for the hairpin crowd.